Okay, so I'm gonna get up close and personal with you guys today. Do you know when you just start succeeding and you start getting your life back in order, you have doubt in yourself that you are not doing well? I've seen it in me and I've seen it in somebody else. But I'm gonna talk about my point of view for me. You know, you get a job, you're doing so good at it. In that time frame, you go from the first week to 6 months, or maybe even shorter. Maybe it's only 2 weeks. You, you come to find out that maybe it's not because you like the job. Maybe it's not that the job is right for you. It's just that you also have confidence issues as well. You also have confidence issues as well. You go from, first paycheck is, shit. I'm not gonna lie, the first paycheck is shit. Okay? If you're still here, whoop de doo, thank you. But I'm gonna ask you a question, guys. Everybody. I'm gonna ask you, your first job, how good was your paycheck? Like seriously, how good was your paycheck? And you go to the next week, you're doing good, having compliments, you're doing good, the customers are liking you, the bosses are liking you. But there's one hiccup. You either forget, put something away right, or restock the shelf right, or you you basically forget an ingredient in a pizza dough or something like that. And then they tell you, okay, do better next time. And you do better next time, but then all of a sudden, that's not good enough either. You're stretching dough. You're not fast enough on that either. Well, if you have me working 2 days making dough in the morning and having me work the busiest fucking night, Friday, no. You can't have me working slow 2 days in the morning and having me working at night on a busy night, stretching dough, having vegetable oil on your hands, thinking you're at a Diddy party, okay? No, it's not how it goes. Okay, so vegetable oil in your hands, stretching dough is not it, okay? Then you go to, say, retail. Everything's going good there. Maybe do better than expected. Have you promoted to a lead sales associate within 6 months of being there? But then, hey, something comes up. You know, you're not ready for the position, but you're also not ready to say no to the position because it is an awesome opportunity. Making more money, achieving goals that you wanted to achieve. But then this happens, and it happens all the time with everybody. I don't know who doesn't feel this way. Comment down below if this is you, if you feel this way sometimes. you get depressed. You're doing good. You're doing good. You know you're doing good. But then all of a sudden you get anxious that you're not doing well. You get depressed because you're not home a lot. You get homesick basically after a while. Because that's all you're used to. And you miss time with your wife. You miss time with your kids if you have kids. You get all these feelings jumbled up. But you're doing good. And you've been there doing the same thing every day for like 6 to 7 months. Or even longer. Maybe you lasted longer than me. But you still feel that urge like you're dying inside. Slowly. I have a question of my own. How do you get rid of that fear? How do you get rid of that anxiety, the depression of not spending time at home? I heard this saying once, Rome wasn't built in a day. That is true. It also is true about your journey in a job career. Okay? You might not be doing successfully. You might not do it successfully for a while. 6 months is your telltale sign if you like the place or not as well. So if you can't even last 6 months, maybe that's not the position for you. But Rome wasn't built in a day. So if you have bad feelings and bad thoughts about work, like leaving and trying to find a new job, give it a day or two before you do. Sit on it. If you have off, do the time off before you decide anything. Okay? Because you'll regret it. Because you'll regret it so bad. You're making good money. You're sitting at home comfortably when you're off. You can go out whenever you feel like it. Do things. Save money. Buy a car. Buy a house. Just all around better lifestyle. Self-supporting, as someone said to me. Which is true. A self-supporting life is a better life. Not that disabled people can't get help if they need it. But all in all, just put yourself first. Put your family second. And I know your job is supposed to be your main priority. But your family comes first sometimes too, before a job. If a job is making you so depressed and it's affecting your home life, don't stay there. I'm serious, don't stay there. If it's making you miserable, don't stay there. But at first, you have those bad days that feel like that. So don't just jump on it at first. You have to give it a few days. If you're off, take a day or two off if you have it. Take a day off if you have to. Spend time with your family. Get out the house. Don't lay in your bed. Don't lay in your bed once you get out of work or have a day off. No, don't. Keep yourself going, moving. Go for a walk. Go to the park. Go on a trail. Do something other than laying in your bed if you have 1 or 2 days off in a row. Just do what you have to do. If it's make money, make your money. If you have a fiance or a family, put them first from the money you're making. If you have a house to worry about, make sure your bills are paid for your family and all that. I know I'm rambling on at this point, but I'm also posting this for myself to go back on and remind myself it's not gonna be easy, and also telling you guys it's not going to be easy. Just get through it. You'll like it eventually. But make sure you're happy doing it. If you're just miserable every time you come in after a while, you have to go. But first, have a second job lined up. If you're starting to feel that way, get a job lined up. So basically your 2 weeks. That's basically what a 2 weeks notice is. See, I'm a hypocrite when it comes to this. I quit right away and don't go back. And maybe I'm telling myself, please don't do that. You need it. Maybe I'm telling you the same exact thing. I don't know. If you like this content, deep talk about jobs and trying not to quit after a certain amount of time. Maybe you want more advice about different kinds of jobs, because literally all jobs are exactly the same in retail. You're always stocking shelves, you're always rotating food and food retail. Retailing, like, that's basically all stores, all grocery stores, Walmart. Anything that has food, you have to rotate. If you want like a clothing job, I also had clothes at my store, so basically if it's coming to the point where it's out of season, just like furniture or gardening, Christmas supplies, Christmas is ridiculous at stores now, but I'll get into that in a later video. If you do like this content, please subscribe.